So these are the formulae for the inverse trig and inverse hyperbolic functions. Only use these formulae if z you're trying to find is a mixture of real and imaginary parts, has both real and imaginary parts. If it's a pure real number or a pure imaginary number, it's quicker to use the formula for, say, sine of a complex number, and just use that in reverse, so sine of x plus iy. We had a formula we talked about before. But if you do end up needing to find the inverse sine or so on of a really complex number, a mixture of real and imaginary parts, then fine, use these formulae. Otherwise, it's quicker to do something else. So let's actually see where these come from. We'll just derive the first one, inverse sine of z. So to do that, we'll write z equals sine w. Okay, so we want to find w in the end, which will give us inverse sine of z, the thing we want. Okay, so sine of w, we know how to write that using exponentials from the definition. We have e to the iw minus e to the minus iw over 2I. And we just need to solve that equation to get w. So multiplying both sides by 2I, and I'll also multiply by, okay, so I'll multiply by 2I. I'll also multiply by e to the iw. So that gives me 2e to the iw minus 1. So hopefully you realise the reason for that, doing that, is then I get a quadratic in e to the iw. So that quadratic is e to the 2iw minus 2iz e to the iw plus minus 1. Equals 0. And I just solve the quadratic. So I get e to the iw equals minus b, so that's 2iz. Now, rather than write plus or minus, you normally write plus or minus, but with complex variables, it's sort of understood that there's two solutions when you take the square root. So I'm not going to write, I should have mentioned this before, all of these where it has a plus and a power 1/2, the minus is sort of already implied. Whenever you see something to the power half, there must be two solutions. So people don't normally write the minus. So the same, so in these 4 cases here. So I'm not going to write the minus. It's understood that there's two solutions when I take the square root. So the square root will be this thing, b squared, so it's this thing squared. So that gives me minus 4 minus 4ac. So it's minus, that's plus, sorry, I forgot the z squared. So minus 4, so that gives me plus 4. And then this is all to the half, and I need to divide by 2a. So this will give me iz plus 1 minus z squared to the half. Okay, and then all I need to do is take logs of both sides. That will give me iw is equal to the log of this. And then I need to multiply both sides by minus I to to give me w equal to this thing here.